To Kwame LLillard and Mr. RCason, and the topic is the African Street Festival and the Freedom Rides. And of course, Mr. Cason was a participant in the Freedom Rides, and he'll give us some of his experiences. But first, let's see if we can talk about the African Street Festival, because I know that the festival had a great role in terms of creating this kind of desire to serve. Talk about it.
Last year, on the 25th anniversary of the festival, we awarded a beautiful plaque, acrylic plaque, to all the Freedom Riders from Tennessee State, both those that were expelled in 1961 and those that participated throughout the summer of '61. But the last year was the first time the guys known and ladies known as Freedom Riders were actually awarded a plaque, something to recognize their contribution. That led to Tennessee State University taking the festival initiative and saying the university itself in Tennessee should recognize all the Freedom Riders from Tennessee State University. You well know at first they said no, you couldn't give them the doctorates, and then through a series of uprising and protests, they reversed themselves, and on the 18th of September, all 14 were given honorary doctorates. But the festival saw a need last year, '07, to say, when you going to give credit to folks who made this country the way it was? Sure, Marines do a good job. Sure, the Air Force does a good job. But we had some young men and women in this university to change this nation and allowed us to look at ourselves entirely different. So the festival last year started this ball rolling. Ironically, this year, when they were given the awards, our theme at the festival was "In the Hate" in 2008. And as Alan will tell you, that the success of the protest, of the movement in this country by African Americans, primarily students, was the love for each other, and the love for what is right, and the love for knowing that if you don't make a move, nothing will happen. You got to move those obstacles in front of you so the next generation won't have to move them. So I think that's the love you hear Alan talking about. But the festival itself is based on that. It is the only event of its nature in the entire country. There's no other African festival on any black campus anywhere in this continental USA. It has been a most wonderful, rewarding feeling for anybody who ever goes. There's no words to describe that feeling. To us, it's like a little African village of where everybody is accepted and everybody feels wanted. It's something about a street festival that doesn't allow you to have any elite, superior feelings. And we know that's what works because it grows every year. It's the 26th annual. There's nothing like it. So we knew that the festival would be a great way last year to start saying it's time to recognize the Freedom Riders.
Very good.
Got to recognize them. And that caused the ball to start rolling.
Very good. And of course, Mr. Cason, let's talk about some of your experiences as a Freedom Rider. We understand that certainly it was all done with love and respect, understanding, goodwill, and all of that. But now, talk about some of your experiences as a Freedom Rider, of your imprisonment and that kind of activity.
Okay, my imprisonment was very difficult. I'm gonna say it's my experience. I was in prison for 8 months, 6 days. After I got out of Mississippi, I came back here, and I expelled from school. And I said, well, I'm not gonna be honorary because I love. Therefore, what I did was, I said, we're going to boycott Nashville, Tennessee for 2 months. I talked to my minister, who was a Reverend Kelly Smith. And what we did was simple. We integrated Nashville, Tennessee. All my other colleagues, they were still in jail. I did it wrong. See, I didn't go out and get no bombs. I didn't go out and curse anybody. I did it through the fate of my colleagues. On the way home, I left here, I was going home to Florida, and I was arrested for disturbing the peace on a train. I spent 8 months, 6 days in prison for disturbing the peace. And during this time in prison, everybody's, there was like, I would say, people who were murdered, raped, so forth. And I was only 19 years old.
With the hardened criminals, quote unquote.
So I had to be a hard person myself. You see how
in
tall,
the environment.
You see how tall I am now. Imagine I spoiled then. But nevertheless, I had faith in myself, and I had to control things and do what my knowledge I had. And sure enough, I was put in solitary confinement for 30 days.
Solitary confinement for 30 days?
32 days. I would get up a biscuit in the morning time and a piece of cornbread at night. And I would give them 2 cups in the morning and 2 cups at night. And then they cut my water down to 1 cup in the morning, 1 cup at night. See, my education and everything, see, I wasn't done. So therefore, what I did was, I knew I needed water. So I drank water back at the tar stool. And I ate my little biscuit in the morning time. And then that afternoon, I got a bit of cornbread. But I drank, see, God taught me this, see, by going to church when I was young and everything, and all the, and my teachers in college, you know, in high school and everything, they taught me to be a respected young man. Now I'm locked in a box, and nobody can see me. But yet still, I was a respected young man. I had to survive. So I drink water. I tossed to the tank for a while. When I got so weak, I could not drink water out of the tank because I couldn't get up there.
Climb up on the tank, the old flush truck.
So therefore, I said, well, I could not urinate into the tar stool, so I urinated on the floor. So I drink water out of the tar stool. So I keep my body together. And the guy said, Alan, why you keep all these torches? You're not shitting. I'm gonna say it straight. I said, I need torches so I can keep the. What I was doing, taking the torches was to keep the floor clean. Cause I was urinating on the floor. That thing pushing the corner. So I was sleeping. It's a room on the floor, no underclothes on, no clothes on, nothing. But I survived.
Okay. And that, okay, very good. And of course, let me take this second commercial break, after which we'll be back with our audience. We're talking to Kwame Leo.